Namaste and welcome. It's Rishi here from meditatewithrishi.com, and today we're going to be speaking about the 4 ways of dealing with the 4 kinds of people. And the whole point of this is essentially to maintain our peace of mind. You know, it's very easy to meditate for an hour in the morning, in the evening, and be very calm when you're alone. But really, it's when you're living in the world, you know, throughout the day, interacting with people, that the question comes, you know, can we maintain our peace of mind? Okay, so these practices that I'm going to share with you today will ultimately help you be and keep your calm and improve your relationships greatly with people that, you know, are in your family and around you. Okay, so let's get to it. Now, what I'm going to share with you today comes from the great sage Patanjali, who wrote the Yoga Sutras. The Yoga Sutras are essentially a manual for mastering the mind and realizing your true self. I should remind you that, you know, this is what real yoga is. The postures that we see today are only a small fraction of yoga. Yoga really is about you know, realizing our true self and mastering the mind. And the Yoga Sutras essentially are a great manual, and they teach you not only how to master the mind, but all the different aspects, including how to deal with people in your life. So let's get to it. Okay. So what Patanjali says is he's categorized people into 4 types. Okay, and this is it's. I mean, who am I to say? But it is a really good categorization because it is all encompassing. Okay, so the 4 types of people are people that are either happy, people that are unhappy, people that are virtuous, and people that are non-virtuous. Okay, that pretty much sums up everybody. Okay, so these are 4 types of people: happy, unhappy, virtuous, and unvirtuous. Okay, so the question is that how do we deal with each type of person to maintain our peace of mind? So the rules are very simple. For somebody that is happy, we must also be happy with them and for them. Be friendly and be happy. For anyone that is unhappy, we must practice compassion. For anyone that is virtuous, we should be delighted and inspired by them. And for anyone that is non-virtuous, these are people that we, you know, don't match our values. Maybe they're harming others, right? We need to practice a degree of equanimity. Okay, so let's get into this in a bit more detail. So for people that are happy, so this is, you know, who's happy, right? People who are successful. Applied to the way we live, right? Let's say you are scrolling Instagram and you see somebody who's doing really, really well and they're very happy with their life. It's normal because we're human beings for feelings of jealousy or envy to come up, or somebody in your social circle that is doing really well and they're extremely happy. It's easy to get feelings of jealousy, right? Now, when you look deeper, the feeling of jealousy doesn't actually, it only harms you. It doesn't harm the other person at all. So when you feel jealous, when we feel jealous, it is our peace of mind that is being disturbed. Okay, so what Patanjali recommends is what we should be doing is, as soon as we realize that, you know, we're feeling jealous, we should practice essentially the opposite feeling, which is feelings of happiness toward this person. Now, it's not easy, but it can be as simple as, you know, just taking, first of all, realizing that, okay, I'm feeling jealous right now, and taking a few deep breaths. Let's, you know, you take 3 deep breaths, come back present to the moment, and say a mantra. May they continue to be happy. May they continue to be happy. Think about this person, look at this person, realize that they are human just like you. And if you want happiness, so do they. So why shouldn't they get it, right? Try to find it in your heart that I will be happy for this person and wish them well. So I know it can sound difficult to do, and it is, but with practice, it is very possible, and it will become very easy. In fact, it will become your second nature. Okay, so this is just some food for thought. The next one is for people that are unhappy. Okay, to those that are unhappy, it is said that we must practice compassion. Now, it's common sense, isn't it? If someone's not happy, we should be compassionate toward them. It sounds like common sense, but in the real world, what can easily happen is if somebody's unhappy, let's say you're at work and somebody comes to you and they're complaining, and it's very easy to get irritated by this. You know, why are you bringing your negativity into my life? Why are you? Why is this person always complaining, right? So we say it's easy to practice compassion, but when it really happens, it's a different story, right? So what is recommended here is, again, that we come back, whenever we find ourselves feeling irritated, we come back to the present moment. Again, the best thing is to take a few deep breaths, just come back to the present moment and look deeper, observe this person and think that maybe you as well at some point have felt this way. And it's totally natural for this person to feel this way. And because we are human and they're human, we should feel compassion that, hey, you know what, I felt this way before, this person is feeling this way. I want to essentially just let them know that I'm here for you, I'm here for you. And if they want space, give them space. But the idea is to let them know that, you're there for them. And what this does is it makes them feel very good. It heals some of their suffering. But also for you, it opens your heart, because you go from a place of, this person's irritating me, to becoming very calm and centered and compassionate. It opens your heart and calms your mind. And everything in yoga is about calming the mind so you can look within, right? So a mantra that you can use here is, may this person heal and find peace. Just mentally sending them that good wish can be so powerful. May this person heal and find peace. Okay? So we've done how to deal with somebody that's happy and unhappy. Let's go to the third one, which is how to deal with somebody that is virtuous. Now, a virtuous person is, we can clearly see, they have very good values, very high moral standards, maybe even better than what we have, right? And again, it should be common sense that when we see somebody like this, we feel happy. We say, wow, look at this person. They are so virtuous. But again, often that's it's not what happens, right? It's very common to again feel, maybe you're feeling like envy toward this person, that why are they better than me, right? And this is, again, it's a wrong way of thinking. The right way of thinking, which Patanjali recommends, is feeling delighted, right? Feeling delighted that, wow, this person just like me is a human being, and they are able to conduct themselves with such grace, such morality, right? This is why, when a lot of the times we meditate on a being like Buddha or Ram or Christ, because these beings were full of love, right? The most virtuous out there. And when we focus on that, we essentially cultivate those qualities within us. So the rule is that when we see somebody that's virtuous, we should feel delighted. And the mantra that you can use when you see somebody like this is, may I, this time it's not even about them, this time it's about you, may I draw inspiration from this person. May I cultivate these positive qualities from this person, right? Beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so let's get to the last one, which is dealing with somebody. And by the way, this is the most difficult one, dealing with somebody that is non-virtuous. Okay, so this is somebody that is either making you suffer, is making others suffer, doesn't have the same values that you do. You don't really see eye to eye with them. And it can be difficult if this is a person you don't know, like you see somebody harming other people, like a world leader bombing other countries. Or it could be somebody in your family that is not treating yourself or others right. And it's difficult, right? It's difficult because the first question, you know, we tend to ask ourselves is, why is this person doing this? Why are they behaving in this way? And we generate feelings of resentment, hate, anger, you know, toward this person. And again, from the perspective of yoga, right? If you want to be calm and be peaceful and be happy, ultimately, those feelings that you feel of hate and anger and resentment do nothing to that other person. They only disturb your own peace within. So what Patanjali recommends is we should try our best to cultivate equanimity, being neutral toward this person. Now, this is difficult, right? It's the most difficult one. So what I would say you practice, right, is if we try our best, again, just like with any of the other three, we try our best and really, you know, come back to the present moment, take a few deep breaths and think about, why is this person acting in this way? And really, you know, bring them in our mind's eye and observe them and look deeper into their actions and look deeper into what could be driving those actions. And you will find that it's because they're suffering to some extent. It's because they have either suffered in the past, they're suffering right now, and the way that they let it out, because maybe they don't know any better, is by harming others. It's maybe their only coping mechanism. And this is really the state where we need to practice the ultimate compassion, you know, because it's only love will win ultimately. So in the best case scenario, and I know this is not always possible, but in the best case scenario, this person needs to be showered with so much love and compassion that it washes away any suffering that they have at the moment. But that's not always possible. You know, you may not have the emotional stamina for that. You may not have the time to do that. And that's why the best thing we can do is try to practice equanimity. That, okay, you know, I accept this person as they are, and a mantra that you can use is really, you know, you may not have the time to shower them with love all the time, but one thing we can do is just close our eyes for, you know, a few moments and just send them a good wish and say, you know, may they heal from their suffering and find peace. May they heal from their suffering and find peace. And just the action of doing this, right? Just the action of doing this, there's a good chance that if you're feeling hate or anger, you may not come all the way to feeling love for them, but maybe you'll come to the middle and find neutrality and equanimity toward this person. And what that does for you is really restores your peace and calm and heals you from any pain and suffering that you're feeling, okay? So these 4 rules, I'm sure you can see, you know, very, very simple in principle, maybe difficult to apply. So again, the practice of meditation, the practice of mindful breathing, right? Coming back to the present moment, looking deeply, asking a question. All of this, you know, practiced again and again and again will become our nature. It will become our second nature, okay? So that is it. Just to summarize once again, so you can just remember them, right? For people that are happy, we be happy toward them. For people that are unhappy, we practice compassion toward them. For people that are virtuous, we be delighted. You know, wow, what a being. May I be inspired by this person. And for people that are non-virtuous, realize that they're suffering, try to send them love and compassion, and maybe land at feeling equanimity or neutral toward this person. So that is it. I really hope you found this useful. I'm sure while listening to this, you know, there are parts of your life that or people in your life that, you know, are coming up in your mind. So maybe after this video, while it's fresh, is a good time to just close your eyes for a few moments and think of somebody that you feel needs some healing, and just send them some love, right? A great practice, by the way, to cultivate this and to cultivate this as your personality is the loving kindness or metta bhavana meditation. And you'll find one guided by me on this YouTube channel. So just check out the section on guided meditations. It's all there for you. But that is it. Thank you for listening. Namaste.